Okay, so growing our practices is always a good thing, right? We always want to be adding income, adding revenue, adding new people to our services that we can support and we can help them thrive and live a better life. It's not always the right time to grow a practice. And sometimes chasing that more income, more revenue, more people isn't exactly where people need to be. And in fact, it can actually be detrimental. You may have heard this before. You may not agree with me. That's absolutely okay. But I want to remind you, in my years of coaching and the experience that I've had working with so many people, that sometimes growth is a very stressful thing. Sometimes growth is not ideal because family dynamics are changing, whether that means children are going through something, or maybe you're adding a child to the family, maybe you're going through things with your extended health care, maybe your personal health is not what it should be, maybe you're dealing with a personal health crisis, maybe you're dealing with changes with your team, maybe you know that you are evolving and shifting as a practitioner and who you want to work with is shifting. Maybe you need to move your practice. Maybe you need to add things. There's so many different reasons that growth is not always ideal. That if you grow at a time in your practice where you're trying to change a lot of things, maybe big things, maybe you're not even sure what the things you need to change, but you just intuitively know you need to change some things, then adding more people into your practice is not always great because you don't have the systems and the people and the procedures and the heart and the headspace to actually provide those people the kind of services that you know that you can provide them. Don't get me wrong. I know that the people that we look after and the revenue and the sources of income and not having that can be stressful to some practitioners. But if you take the time to acknowledge that keeping things steady is sometimes the best thing if you're going through any of those times of challenge. I can tell you that every single time I've launched something new in my career, whether it was one podcast, a second podcast, starting to coach other practitioners, working for another company coaching practitioners, running a television show, all of those times I was very, very thankful that my practice didn't die because I knew my energy was going towards these new endeavors, my energy, my enthusiasm. In all those situations, my practice stayed level, and sometimes it absolutely did grow because the energy that I was putting into something new that was fulfilling me and growing me indirectly fed the practice. But I was very, very content that my practice numbers did not fall, that things stayed steady, because I knew that taking on so many new things, for me, without the right environment to support the practice members, things might not turn out the way they have. And if you want to look at a sustainable practice long term, you have to be okay with the fact that sometimes it's not the right time to grow. There's different seasons in your practice. So I just want to share this with you today because, like I said, I've seen lots of practitioners deal with burnout. I've seen them deal with changes in staff. I've seen them have people work really, really hard to grow their practice only to have people not stick around. I've seen them change their own vibe, their own enthusiasm because they're feeling stressed and overwhelmed with things in their personal life. And in those situations, sometimes the best thing that you can possibly do is take the time to hopefully stay stable. Hopefully you have some reserves financially to support you, or sometimes you do a really big reality check to make those things happen. But sometimes growth is not the best option. And if you take that step back and give yourself permission to be in that place in that season temporarily, chances are it will springboard you as you move forward after that. I hope this helps you. I'm always happy to chat. If you need any further support or have any questions about this video, just send me an email.